Hey everybody, welcome back to the homestead. This is some footage that I've been saving up over December with the intent of releasing a Christmas video. We just weren't able to get together at the cabin and film anything for you this year. So this footage from earlier in December was essentially just me making gifts for my wife and two daughters. We're fortunate in that we don't really need for anything, so it's hard to buy each other gifts. And now that I have a workshop, I think people are just going to be getting handmade gifts for me from now on. So this year, just to spend more time together, really more than the actual product or tool that I've given them, it's really time. It's a commitment to just spend more time doing archery together, shooting our bows and arrows in the forest here at the targets, and just having fun together as a family doing that. So that's why I made them arrows for Christmas this year. In the future, I'm sure they're going to get leather goods and wood carvings and so on, but anyway, we'll see how much they enjoy that. You're tired, eh? See, drying off. Is it warm? New Year's Eve. I can't believe it. 2024 is over. And I did nowhere near what I thought I was going to get done this year on the homestead. Just a mix of, gardening, and that chicken coop took a long time. This workshop extension, just firewood really, and gardening, harvesting of food. It took up a lot of my time this year. Plus we ended up, like I said, back in, you probably saw back in the, early part of the year, January? Yeah, January to February, my wife and I went down to Arizona and other parts of the southwestern U.S. to celebrate her 50th birthday and just get away for the first time ever on a winter vacation. So that was pretty disruptive, and it kind of set me back on my plans for this year. So I need to make up for that this year in 2025, this coming year. Big plans. I'm going to finish this maple sugar shack. Got another building or two that I'm going to build right here around the cabin. I'd like to get the garage built beside the cabin for the tractor, snowmobile, and ATV. Eventually a mill building for lumber and for the lumber mill. I don't think that'll be 2025. I think it'll probably be the following year. And I'd really like to get the addition, the bedroom addition, put onto the cabin. So I'm actually going to spend the next couple of weeks getting some trees cut down for that. Get them debarked so that they have time to dry a little bit before I tackle that project in the summer or late summer. So that's going to be fun, just to get out there into the bush. And as I'm doing habitat improvement, as I'm creating openings in the forest for wildlife, for more sunlight to hit the floor to feed the wildlife, I'll be taking out the trees that I'm using for that addition, as well as some of the other buildings. So I'm not sure exactly what style I'm going to do on the cabin. I don't think I'm going to continue with the big logs that I use for the main part of the cabin. It's difficult to, first of all, find enough straight logs of that diameter, and then also to handle those, and then to tie it into the existing cabin might be, well, I can do it, but it'd be challenging. I'd have to tie in that roof line as well. So I think I might just go with a completely different style, either square those up, make timbers like the workshop here, or do smaller round logs, since it's a bedroom and I don't need as much heat in that section, because we like a cold bedroom at night. So maybe just like 6 to 8 inch logs instead of the 12 to 14 inch logs that I used on the cabin. So that's going to keep me busy getting those logs cut, get those trees cut to length, and then debarked, and then set up off the ground so that they can dry a bit. So I'll have a lot to do until those dry, or until they get a little bit lighter. So like I said, I can tackle that later in the summer. But busy year again. Firewood is less important, but as I'm cutting trees down for other purposes, I'm going to continue to cut firewood and get it prepped for following years. I've got enough for the 25-26 season already. Got that cut and drying at various places. So that's cooking and heating taken care of. Continuing to improve the habitat for wildlife so I can continue to harvest animals off the land. Our entire family, get deer, moose, bear, fish, and small game. The gardens, we're expanding. Big garden renovation this year. Actually, we'll be taking all of those raised beds and converting every second bed essentially into fruit production. So between berries and more apple trees, pear trees, peach trees, cherry trees, that garden's going to be completely transformed. And then a section more that I can fence off to allow the chickens more access to a larger area of that garden. And then outside of the deer fence, we're going to continue to expand the orchard into that part of the forest as well. I need to take those trees down anyway, so there's more sunlight hitting the garden. So as I create that space, we can start using that as a planting area as well. So that's going to be a major expansion and quite a bit of work. So very, very ambitious 2025 again. We'll see how much of it I get done. I've mentioned several times that I'm happy, like the infrastructure that we've got in place now makes for comfortable living. All of these projects now are just to enhance our life and to make it even that much more productive. So exciting, but not as pressing, I guess. Essential over the long term, but like I said, not essential in the short term. Anyway, I just wanted to wish everybody a happy new year, all the best in 2025. And thank you to those of you who have stuck around and continued to watch through a relatively boring year compared to previous years. less work being done, less videos by far, and just less interesting, less trips and things that I used to do more of in the past, and I plan on continuing or increasing in the near future and long-term future. So my content on the channel is probably going to get better as time progresses over the next 2 or 3 years, as I get more into these big infrastructure projects, as well as more wilderness tripping, fishing and hunting and so on. So that's it. It's a wrap for 2024. I look forward to 2025, and I hope you and your family have a happy new year and a prosperous and happy 2025.